is they will reverse the current in the rectangular coil ABCD after every half rotation. So I will explain you what is the meaning of this half rotation while we are studying and working. So that is what you have to remember. First of all, what do you mean by commutators? What is the importance of commutators? They will ask you. So commutators also we can call it as split rings, which will reverse the current in the rectangular coil ABCD on revolution. That is what you have to remember. So now you can see here, we cannot join the battery wires directly to the commutator. Why? Because the commutators is attached to the rectangular coil, so that we cannot join these commutators directly to the battery positive and negative. So that is why this two commutator half rings to pass current into the coil, because we need to rotate it so that the connecting wires will get twisted when the coil is rotate, if it is attached to that. Because of continuous rotation, you can see bike and all, when suddenly some kind of a thread or something will fall onto the axle, you can see when it is continuously rotating, what is happening, the thread is also rotating towards behind the axle. Yes or no? Means on the surface of axle. So that is why the positive and negative node of battery we cannot connect it to the commutator directly, because when the commutators are rotating, the wire also will start spinning to it, so that motor will damage and we cannot run it out. So that is why commutators we cannot join the battery wires directly. Do you understand? Because when the current is passed through that, so that the wire will get twisted when the coil will rotate. So that is why to pass the electricity or electric current to the coil, we use two carbon strips. That is what P and Q. That is only we used to known as brushes. That brushes only we used to called as, what is the brush's name called as? Carbon brush, which is fixed. So what is the use of carbon brush? To send the current to the split rings or commutators. Because if you attach the commutators directly, suppose see, this is the wire. This is the wire I attach it to the commutator. So that what is happening, guys? If when the commutator is rotating, this wire also will rotate, will start spinning on the commutator. Yes or no, guys? Please respond. So this is what it will happen. So that is why to avoid this. So what will happen at certain stage, the motor, the wire connections will break. So that is why to avoid that. So what we are doing means, so if this is the commutator ring, then we are arranging some kind of carbon brush, which will just not attach it completely, stick it to that, so that it will touch the carbon commutator, so that the current will pass through the commutator from the carbon brush. So that is why we are using a two fixed carbon made up of carbon thing. That is what we used to call as carbon brushes. So which will take the current into the coil and bring the current out from the coil. That is what fixed carbon brushes we used to say. So that names called as, you can see, what is the names of the carbon brushes, guys? One is P, another one is what? Arvind? One is P, another one is Q. That is what we used to call as carbon brushes. So that carbon brushes we are representing with the PQ strips. So these carbon brushes P and Q are fixed at the base of the motor, and they press lightly against the two half rings of the commutator. So the battery, when it is supply current to the coil, which is connected to the carbon brushes P and Q through a switch, then what is happening? These function of carbon brushes is made to contact with the rotating rings of the commutator, and through them the current will supply current to the coil. So the current will pass through these carbon brushes, so that when the commutator rings will touch these carbon brushes here, so that every time the current will pass through the rectangular coil. So you remember here, the carbon brush, any brush touches only one ring at a time, so that when the coil rotates, the two brushes will touch both the rings one by one. Understand? Means one commutator ring will touch the carbon brush only once at a time. So if this side it will touch, another side that commutator ring will touch. When it is rotating, at a time only, that is what your one brush touches only one ring at a time. Understand? So that when the coil rotates, the two brushes will touch both the rings one by one. Okay, suppose this is the P commutator, P carbon brush. So that one time X will touch, next time Y will touch. After that only again X will touch, again that only Y will touch, because it is rotating current. So at a time, only one ring at a time it will touch the carbon brush when it is rotating. So that is what you have to remember. So this is what the parts of electric motor or construction of electric motor. So what is the things here present? Rectangular coil ABCD, horseshoe magnet, which is acting magnetic field, a permanent magnet. Next one is a commutator rings or split rings, which is attached to the rectangular coil. Next one, to intake the current and out the current, take out the current from the coil. So we're having the two attached permanent brushes. That is what a carbon brushes we used to say. So why I told you already, why we should not attach the battery positive and negative node directly to the commutators? Why, guys? Ilmati? Why we are not supposed to attach the directly the connectors to the commutators? Because when the commutators are spinning, so that when they are rotating, so that the electric wire also will start spinning around it, so that it will break at certain level. So that is the reason we are not supposed to attach the directly positive and negative node to the commutators. We have to make a two fixed point called as carbon brushes. So inside the conductor will come. So commutator will come and will touch, so that the current will go inside. This commutator will come and will touch this side, so that the current will come outside, reversing. So that is what you can see. So now, which commutator is touching the P point? Anybody can tell me which commutator is touching the P point here? P carbon brush, X commutator is touching, so that the current will go through the AB coil, AB rectangular side, and the current will come outside through the CD rectangular coil. Understand, Arvind? Nitinath? So that is what you need to remember it. So only one time, one carbon brush only will touch the, one commutator only will touch the carbon brush. If you take the P, first time carbon brush, the P, only the X commutator will touch. Once the X commutator over, then it will start rotating, so that Y commutator will come and will touch the P. After that only again X will come and will touch. Like that, continuously one after one only they will touch. At a time, two commutators cannot touch the any carbon brush. That is what you need to remember it. So now this is all about the construction of electric motor. Anybody is having any doubt, you can ask me. Now if you'll understand the construction, now I will teach you working of electric motor. Can I start, everybody? So now all of you get ready with your Fleming's left hand thumb rule. That is what? A, this is the direction of current, this is direction of magnetic field, and this is the magnetic force. Shall we start, guys? Please respond. So that is what working of a motor. So all of you keep heading construction. Hope all of you understand. So now we are going to study working of electric motor or working of motor. So that is what it is. Now you should speak. I should not speak. You have to speak. So now you tell me, please, kindly, all of you. Now the current is passing on which side, guys? You have to tell me. So when electric current is passed through a rectangular coil, so we know that it will produce a current produces a magnetic field around the coil, so that the magnetic field of a horseshoe magnet, it will interact with this magnetic field of a current carrying conductor, so that it will causes the coil to rotate or spin continuously. Understand? So the working of motor, how it will be happening? When a current carrying conductor is placed between the horseshoe magnet, when the current is passing through that, when the current is passing through this rectangular coil, so this coil will produce the magnetism, and already one horseshoe magnet is placed. Do you understand? So that magnetic field, it is already exerting magnetic field. So the current carrying conductor, whatever the magnetism is producing, that magnetic field will interact with this a permanent horseshoe magnetic field. So both will interact with each other, so that which will make the current carrying coil to rotate or spin. That is only how the working of electric motor is happening. So when a current carrying conductor, when it is carrying the current, it will produce the magnetic field. So that magnetic field will interact with what, guys? The magnetic field of permanent horseshoe magnet. So which will causes, when they will interact both, so that the force is exerting on the current carrying conductor, so that it will start spinning. That is what will happen. Now, How it will be working? Let us take. So now you are having a rectangular coil. What is that name? Anybody can tell me what is the name of the rectangular coil? What is the name of the rectangular coil? A, B, C, D. You might be seeing the picture. A, B, C, D is the rectangular coil. Now you tell me, guys, please. Now the battery is connected which side? X commutator or Y commutator? You can check it here. This is the carbon brush P and this is the carbon brush Q. Now the battery is connected this side positive and this side negative, so that the current is moving like this and coming like this. Will you accept it or not? Please respond, all of you. Yes or no, guys? Tarani, Ashika. So now if you notice it, this side the current is passing and it is coming in this way. Yes or no? Now you tell me first, current is reaching to the P point, and which commutator first is touching the P point? Kevin, Nitinath, which commutator is touching the P point first here? X commutator, correct or not? So X commutator, so that the current is moving like this. You follow my arrow. I am following C. Like this commutator. So now current is passing on the AB side. Current is passing on whom, guys? AB side it is passing. Now you tell me, direction of current is upwards, A and B side upwards, and the direction of magnetic field like this direction, like this direction. Now this is what the direction of current, all of you observe, and this is what direction of magnetic field. Now you tell me, adjust your two fingers according to that, and you tell me what is the direction of force. Anybody? You all know that.
Downwards.
You know that how to keep a finger. Now I will keep the fingers and you can understand carefully. So this is the picture you should remember, and I will adjust direction of current. This is the finger which is indicating direction of current. So now direction of current, here you can see me. Now, magnetic field is acting from north pole to south pole. So that is what, first of all, you have to keep the finger like this. This is what the first finger you can see. So this is the direction of current, direction of magnetic field. Will you understand, Kavya? Krutika? Direction of current is from north pole to south pole. This is the first thing. So now direction of current is acting from where? A to B. So A to B rectangular coil is like this. So that a magnetic field I am exerting like this. So I am adjusting my fingers like this. So this is what direction of current, and this is what magnetic field. Now my thumb is indicating which direction, guys? You check it. Which direction? Which direction? It is acting towards the downward direction. Understand, everybody? So you can see exactly if I'll keep the fingers. So the force is exerting downwards, current is moving upwards, and magnetic field is acting like this. Understand, everybody? So that the AB rectangular coil will be pushing towards the downwards or upwards? Pushing towards the downwards or upwards? It will move to the downward direction. Do you understand, everybody? Downward direction. So downward direction means it is anti-clockwise or clockwise rotation. Check it. It is moving like this. Like this it is moving. Anti-clockwise direction. Understand? So it is moving AB side, the rectangular coil will move downward direction. Now, suddenly the current will pass this. It won't take much time, correct? Now, the current will reaches to the CD side. See now, when the current is passing on AB side, so that the force is acting downward direction. So that AB side rectangular coil will go down. So that CD side automatically, see if it is the balanced plate, rectangular coil. Now AB side force is acting, so that AB will go down. Now, then what about CD, sir? Let us check the CD. Now the current is acting which direction, guys? Now the current is moving downward direction. Yes or no, Arvind? Can you see here? The current is moving downward direction. Yes. Now if the current is moving downward direction, you see still the no change in the magnetic field. So magnetic field is still acting like this only. North pole to south pole. Now current is acting downward direction. Now you adjust your fingers and tell me how the force is acting. Everybody, how the force is acting. Yes. Others? Can you able to understand? Now you can adjust your fingers. Sanjay, can you understand, Sanjay? So now you can see the direction of current is downwards. Magnetic field is still like this only. So exactly you can keep the fingers like this. See, this is what. So direction of current is downward direction, and magnetic field is still from north pole to south pole. Now if you notice it, my thumb is acting which direction, guys? Which is acting upward direction. Understand, everybody? So that is what it is. So AB coil is going down and CD coil is going up. So that the picture, if you notice it clearly, so they mentioned everything perfectly. AB coil is going down and CD coil is going up. Have you noticed it, Elmati? The force is exerting here upward direction, and here it is acting downward direction. Understand, Ra? Arya, Karthikeyan, everything clear? Anybody having doubt, you can ask me here. Ashika, have understand, Ashika? So that AB coil, the force is acting downward direction. So like this, you can keep the fingers. And CD coil, the force is acting upward direction. Now, what is happening? So let us see. AB is going down and CD is coming up. Till here, any doubt, anybody you can ask me. So that now you can see. Imagine my pad. My pad is my rectangular coil. So you might be see that this is what you can take. A side I am taking. Understanding this is A side and this is B side and this is C and this is D side. Now imagine this is what my coil. So you might be noticed it. This is A, this is B. So that the current is passing like this. Magnetic field is acting like this. So that the force is acting downwards. So here current is acting downwards. Magnetic field acting still like this, so that the force is acting upwards. Now you tell me. So current is passing through the X commutator. Current is leaving through the which commutator? Current is leaving
Y
through
commutator.
Y commutator. Understand? Please call to this Nitin. What is this? Nitin, I'll call to Arya and Pranav. Now this Y commutator, it is leaving the current. Now you tell me. This CD side it is coming up and AB side it is going down. Now exactly they will become vertical. You can see here like this. So now force is acting still, so that it will become half. Now you tell me, they made how much rotation now? AB made how much rotation? It is made half rotation, and CD also made half rotation. Yes or no, guys? Please speak. Yes. So this is the position. This is the position now, initial position. So they start rotating and rotating. So by the time AB becomes C, AB side CD came and CD side AB came. Will you accept it, all of you? So how much rotation it made? Half rotation or one rotation? Anybody? Each rectangular AB made half rotation, so that it will come to the CD position. CD made half rotation, so that it will come to the AB position. Till here, any doubt, anybody you can ask me. If it will make one rotation, again AB will come, again CD will come. That is what it is. Understand everybody, guys? So when it will make half rotation, you can see the position of AB and CD will become what? Changes. It will be reversed. So AB place CD comes and CD place AB comes. Is it okay, everyone? Yes, please respond. So after half rotation, in place of AB, who will come? In place of AB, who will come? CD will come. Yes or no? So CD will come. So now you tell me. As we know, current is always moving from positive to negative. Now in place of AB, CD will come. Now in CD, the current will pass upward direction or downward direction. In CD, the current will pass upward direction or downward direction. Please respond. Now Y commutator is coming and touching the P pole. So now whoever touching the P.
Sir,
so
now the North Pole will come this side and South Pole will come left side, sir.
Yes, no North Pole. North Pole is fixed position. Understand, Kevin? Magnet we are not changing. Only commutator. For example, see, first I will touch and you are my opposite side. So current will pass through me and the current will leave through you. Now we made half rotation. And you came to my position and I went to your position. Now the current will pass through whom? The current will pass through you and the current will leave through me. Yes or no? Understand, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
Magnetic field is not changing, but when the half rotation will make, if this is rotating, so that CD will comes to here and AB will comes to this position. So by the time, now the current on the CD will pass through the upward direction, because intaking current through the carbon brush P and going out current is a carbon brush Q. So now whoever will touch the carbon brush P, current will go upwards. Whoever will touch the carbon brush Q, the current will go outside. So that after every half rotation, what is happening? The positions of AB and CD is changing. So one time the current is passing through the AB in upward direction, so that the force is acting downwards. So after half rotation, the CD will come to AB position, so that now current is passing through the the AB, so that AB will go down again half rotation. So again, AB will come to the initial position. So now again the current will pass through the AB. Now the current will leave through the CD. So that again half rotation they will make. So that by the time AB position is occupied by CD and CD position is occupied by AB. Now the current is passed through the AB and CD and leaves through the AB. So like that every half rotation, the positions of AB and CD will keep on changes. So that the direction of current is also keep on changes. So that continuously half rotation plus half rotation, which will make into what? Complete rotation. So that motor will be continuous.
During the half rotation, whether the current can pass through AB, sir, the Y commutator?
Yes, but you can see when the current will pass only when it will touch the carbon brush P. Yes or no? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand, Kevin? Now, see, for example, see, Kevin, you might be understand here. So, for example, this is the, let me understand. So now this is the AB and this is the CD. Now the force is acting which direction? Downward direction. So that this side rectangular coil will turns into like this. Yes or no? When they will become vertically each other, by the time no connection between the carbon brush P and Q, but still it will start rotating. Why? Because of force exerting by the magnetic field. So already some current passes, so that it will exert some force. So that is why from this vertical to again it will make some rotation. So by the time what will happen? CD will come to the AB position and AB will go to the CD position. Now, who is touching the carbon brush P? Carbon brush P is fixed. But which commutator is touching now? Y commutator is touching. So that
Y commutator.
the Y commutator is touching. So that the current will pass through the Y commutator and the current will leave through the X commutator. So that now Y commutator will go down and X commutator will come up. So again they will start rotating the half rotation. So by the time again what is happening? Half plus half, one rotation over. So again AB come to the initial position and CD will go to the initial position. Now which commutator is touching the carbon brush? Which commutator is touching?
X commutator now.
So X commutator, again the force is acting downwards. So that X commutator will start moving half rotation. So that Y commutator will come to next half rotation. Like that. That is the importance. As I told you, commutators means they will reverse the direction of current. So every half rotation, the direction of current is reversing or not? Yes or no? So that is the reason. So every half rotation, the current will keep on reversing. So that half plus half continuously, it will turns into one rotation. So that the continuously shaft is keep on rotating. It will keep on producing converting the electrical energy into mechanical energy. So that is what it is for. Understand, guys? So the CD coil will push up and AB coil will go down. So after making half rotation, CD coil will come to the AB place. So that CD coil will be pushed down and the AB coil is pushed up. So after half rotation, so whomever touching the carbon brush P will intake the current. Whomever touching the carbon brush Q will take out the current. So that is what you have to remember. So that is why the coil ABCD rotates anti-clockwise direction, because the current is passing clockwise direction. So you can see the force is exerting always perpendicular to each other always. The direction of magnetic field and direction of current is always opposite to each other. So that the AB coil is rotating anti-clockwise because current is going like this. So that positive to negative. So if you will reverse the current, then the direction of rotation also will reverse. For example, current is this side positive, and this side negative. Then you tell me it will rotate anti-clockwise or clockwise? It will rotate clockwise rotation. Understand? So now it is anti-clockwise rotation. So now if you reverse the batteries, then it will be reverse the direction of current also. So that the direction of rotation also will keep on changes. So that is what you need to remember. So always magnetic field is fixed because it's a permanent magnet, so that it is acting north pole to south pole. Now the current is moving upwards, so that force is acting downwards. Now the current is moving downwards, so that the force is acting upwards. So always they are perpendicular to each other. So that is only we used to call as the working of electric motor. How many of you understand? Anybody is having doubt, you can ask me. So I don't have 9th class now. That is why I'm extending the time. So you can attend. Okay, so now after the every half rotation, what is happening? The coil goes beyond the vertical position. So by the time the CD of the coil comes to the left side, whereas AB of the coil comes to the right side. So the two commutator half rings automatically change understanding direction of current because they will contact from one carbon brush to the other carbon brush. They will reverse. First, X commutator touching the carbon brush P. Now after half rotation, Y commutator will come and will touch the carbon brush P, so that the direction of current is always, it will be reversed. So always it will be continuously rotating. Is it okay, everybody? Yes, please. Understand or not? Now, when it is exactly middle, then no current will pass. Then how it is rotating? That is what my question. Like this only exam they will ask you. For example, as I told you, when it is touched the carbon brush, only the force is acting downwards. When it is touched the carbon brush X only, so that the carbon brush Q only, so that the force is acting upwards. Now, when they will become perpendicular, like this, like parallel to the magnetic field. Now you tell me how it is rotating next till. See, from here to here it is rotating. From here to here again it needs to rotate, means some force is needed, correct? Then there is no connection between the this commutator rings by that time. Then what is happening, guys? How they are rotating? Because already some force is exerted on it. When the current is passing through that, some force is exerting on it. So that force only it is pulling towards to the again reversing. So when it is vertical, no direction of current is acting. Remember, when the commutators will not touching the P and Q carbon brushes, means when they are like this only, they will touch the carbon brushes. When it is rotating, it will become like this, no connection between the carbon brush and the commutators. By that time, already the exerting force is only causing to rotate next rotation. Understanding? So if not, it is not possible to rotate it. So because it is very fast rotation also, so that is why the already exiting force it will make to rotate next half, so that it will be continuously rotating like this. So 90 plus 90, 180 degrees, and 180 plus 180, 360 degrees continuously it is revolving like this, so that the shaft which is attached to these commutators also will start rotating like this. So every half rotation, the position of AB and CD is changing. You can notice it. The position of AB and CD is changing. So that what is happening? The direction of current is keep on changes on the rectangular coil. So that every half rotation plus every half rotation will lead to the complete rotation, and continuously the spindle or the axle will keep on rotating. So this is what we used to call it as working of a motor. Have you understand, everybody? Please respond. Any doubt, anybody, you can ask me. So this is what it is. So every half rotation, the position of XY commutators will keep on changes. So what you remember at understanding, single time only one commutator ring will touch the carbon brush. Once the one commutator will touch the carbon brush, then next after another commutator will touch the carbon brush, then only after it will come. So one after one only it will touch. So at a time two commutators cannot touch the single carbon brush. All of you should remember. So one after one only it will start touching, and the direction of current is always reversed. So that is the importance of commutators. So what is the importance of commutators, guys? They will reverse the direction of current. Understanding? So direction of current through the circuit. So that is what we used to call as split rings or commutators. Understand, everyone? So now I will show you the picture also, electric motor the inside. Let it be understand, everyone, clearly. So as I told you already. So now, yeah, it's also time is also incorrect. So now let us see. No problem. No, I don't have any class. Now you can see this is what it is. So in this picture, you can notice it, guys. This is the picture. Can you able to see here, all of you? Yes. Let me take 1 minute. Your picture is not there. Okay. Now if you notice it, guys. So this is what you will see. The rectangular coil, and middle the rod which you are seeing. That is only axle, we can say, or the shaft. Okay, so now if you'll see every half rotation, the carbon rod, this X split ring will go to that side, and that Y split ring will come to this side. So that what is happening, the force is the position of the commutators is keep on changing every half rotation, so that the DC motor is continuously rotating. So every DC motor is like this only. You can notice it. So inside you can see this is the position. So here the light, this green color and blue color, these are called as carbon brushes. You can imagine the positive and negative. So that this orange color one, you can see this orange color one only we used to call it as split ring. So now what is happening? Every half rotation, this split ring will come to this position, and this split ring will come to this position, so that the reversing current will take place. That is the importance of commutators. Okay, guys, clear? So inside you can see this is the north pole and this is the south pole, so that the magnetic force is acting like this direction, and the direction of current is one time upward and one time downwards, so that the force is continuously pushing downwards and pushing upwards, so that the motor will keep on, the shaft will keep on rotating. So that is only the principle of electric motor. So electric motor, basically it will make anti-clockwise rotation. If it will reverse the direction of current, it will rotate clockwise direction also. Understand, Ashika? Hope you all understand. This is what we used to call it as electric motor. So anybody is having doubt, you can ask me. Electric motor, what is working principle and what is the construction of motor? And next one is last one, working of motor. And kindly all of you, this diagram I will send you in group also. This diagram you have to learn it, which is why means textbook diagram, they are not indicating direction of force and all. So you might be notice is that this diagram, so it is clearly indicating the direction of force, and every half rotation, the position of AB and CD also will changes. That is how to explain. You can see this is the direction of current. You can join these three, you can understand. So I am joining these three, you can see. So this is the direction of magnetic field, and this is the direction of current, and this is the direction of force, downward direction. Same way, if you notice it here, this is the direction of magnetic field, this is the direction of current, and this is the direction of force. You might be see. So this is the three things you can draw separately and you can learn. So how it is force is acting downwards and as well as force is acting upward. So this is how the diagram will comes. Okay, guys. So that is why I'm saying you this diagram if you learn, so that you can easily understand. But here you can see the spindle or that axle or shaft is not mentioned in this picture. So if you want to mention that, you can extend that on cylindrical rod, understanding, which is present like this, you can extend, which is passing through the commutators, and this which is coming like this. This is only we used to call as axle. Okay, guys. So axle or no need to represent also, no issues. This is what we used to call as axle or spindle. Okay. So the like that also you can represent, nothing wrong. But you have to remember spindle is attached to the commutators, and commutators is not attached to the permanently attached to the carbon brushes. Only they attach to the rectangular coil ABCD. So why we are not attaching the battery to the commutators directly? Because when they are spinning, so that electric wire also will start spinning on it, so that it will lead to the damage of electric motor, or it may become leads to the short circuit. So that is why the spinning will take place. So it should not be happen. That is why we are fixing the current to the carbon brushes, so that carbon brushes are fixed position. Only commutator will come and touch, and they will take the current. They come and touch, they will leave the current. That is what you have to remember. So all of you learn this diagram also very important, and all the parts, construction and everything, because exam they might be asked, very rarely they will ask you draw the diagram of electric motor, or else most of the times they will give the diagram and they will ask you to, they won't ask you write about working principle, construction, and as well as working. They will ask you some questions like this. Then why AB is placed perpendicular, why CD is placed perpendicular, then why BC is it BC is involving any axis of rotation, means which is helping on any rotation, like that questions they will ask you. Now you tell me, is it BC is having any kind of exerting any force? Anybody?
No, sir.
CD. Why?
Sir, they are parallel to the magnets, sir.
That
So
is
zero force.
same question they asked you in the pre-board CBSE sample papers. So BC will never involve in any axis of rotation, because rotation it will never exert any force, because BC is parallel to the direction of magnetic field. Only AB and CD coil only will help in rotation, because of they are only perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field of horseshoe magnet, and BC is parallel to that. If it is parallel, no displacement or no force is exerted by it. Understand, Ashika? So that is what you have to remember. Like that only you have to study. Questions they will ask you like that only in exam. So this is what working electric motor, DC motor actually, but we should not say DC motor, electric motor simply. And hope you all understand. Any doubt, anybody you can ask me. If not, with this I will leave you. Thank you everybody. So if you have understood, then you learn carefully, which is very, very important. Definitely the question will come in the final exam. Remember it. So thank you everyone. Bye. We'll meet in tomorrow's class.